Nice of Vinicius Jr. to make his debut for the Seleção and Colombia. 25 games unbeaten. These guys are unstoppable. Let's run the intro.
Aquí viene Guerrero. Peruano. Centro para Córdoba. ¡Chuta! Dios, ayúdame. Capricha Adrián. ¡El pase! ¡No! ¡Le pegó! ¡Chile campeón! ¡Chile campeón! Porran, cántalo. Se terminó,
Colombia are just a machine right now. 25 partidos. They are undefeated. And they haven't even played, I think, their best football yet at this Copa America. But one thing I will say with Colombia is they're just a unit. Every position, every phase of the team is good. Fullbacks, center backs. I'm very happy that Carlos Cuesta is starting, because if Yerry Mina is going to start at this Copa America, that's going to be a liability. Cuesta is much better than Yerry Mina. The midfield is great. And then obviously, Luis Diaz, James Rodriguez, Jon Cordoba getting his goal. So overall, was it the best performance from Colombia? No, it wasn't. They struggled at times. They really were frustrated from Costa Rica's low blocking. We saw what Costa Rica did to Brazil. So they were going to try and frustrate Colombia for the first 20 minutes until Luis Diaz got the penalty. Now Sequeira, after having one of the great performances against Brazil, why on earth are you doing that? Why are you coming so far out from your goal to get the ball like that? You were never going to get it. Poor from Sequeira. I mean, Costa Rica, they just have no offense. They don't. That's one thing they're going to have to develop with this young team that they do possess and decide. And that's Gustavo Alvaro. He's saying, we're going to go young, and whether you like it or not, we're going to get hammered, maybe at the bar as well, and we're going to suffer some bad losses. So this is the problem for Los Ticos. They have a decent defense. It's just the attack needs to develop much more. There's no Brian Ruiz. There's no prime Joe Campbell. So that's the problem for Costa Rica heading into the future. Overall, this Copa America is just about getting the cobwebs out and suffering the defeats. You're only going to learn by losses. And that's what Costa Rica are doing so far. But Colombia, let me know your thoughts, Colombians. It's not been the best, but James Rodriguez, man. I don't know what to say with James Rodriguez. When he puts on this kit, it's just, he turns into a god. He's the demigod of Colombia. Club level, you can say what you want. Maybe they don't really play to his strength. He's really an old school number 10. But with the way of international football, an old school number 10 can thrive. And that is exactly James Rodriguez. Did you see that assist he gave to Jon Cordoba? Now, Cordoba, I don't know why you're taking off your shirt. It's a wonderful moment. You're playing Costa Rica. You're 3-0 up. You don't need to take off your shirt. But hey, you know what? I'm not going to hate the guy. Lucho was looking much better decision making. And I mean, Cuesta, Davinson Sanchez. Another thing with this Colombian team is every set piece, they look so dangerous. Whether it's Arias taking the corner or James Rodriguez with his free kicks, every set piece, it looks like Colombia is going to score. While they haven't looked the greatest, maybe in possession and going against the low block of Costa Rica and Paraguay, every set piece, they look good. And now when they go up against Brazil, when they go up against either Uruguay or whoever they face in the quarterfinal, Colombia will have the space then to counterattack. And that's where I think this team really thrives, with the Arias, with the Luchos, with the Cordobas, with the James. Overall, good performance from Colombia, 3-0 victory. And hey, now the next game is Brazil. Brazil, I told you people, this is going to be a very tough game. And it turned out not to be. Because Paraguay, I mean, defensively were a horror show. Alderete, I don't know what Alderete is doing on that third goal. But this game is all about Vinicius Jr. Masterclass and showing up for the Seleção. His best game by far. Maybe World Cup, maybe against South Korea, that was one of his best games for Brazil. But yesterday against Paraguay, Vini was balling out. And it's wonderful to see. Everybody was criticizing him, and rightfully so. He didn't perform well against Costa Rica. He didn't. But yesterday, that's the Vini. The man was doing rainbow flicks. The man was doing all sorts of tricks. The Paraguay defense was getting so frustrated. And people can say, Vini, why are you doing the skills? Well, tell the Paraguayans to defend better, because they couldn't handle Vini. They did suffer, though, for the first 25 minutes. Alisson made two decent saves on Paraguay, and I was like, oh no, we're not doing this again with Brazil. They got the penalty. Now, I am 100% sure. I don't even need to look at reports or anything. Lucas Paqueta had a bet on that penalty. That is a horrendous penalty from Lucas Paqueta. And the only thing you can come up with for an answer is he bet on it. But the first goal, if you want to describe a pure Brazilian goal, it is that from Brazil. The ball movement, the pass from Lucas Paqueta, the ball movement off the ball from Vini to get the goal, and you can just see all the weight from the players. I think they're so frustrated and they understand all the pressure. There's pressure when you put the kit of Brazil. Where's the kit? Where's my kit? Where's my kit? There it is. That was a Brazilian goal, that first one. I'm so happy that they finally found the combination play. Lucas Paqueta, great passing to Vini. And then the second goal, again, terrible defending from Paraguay and Savinho. So Savinho, this is a guy, I want him to start because I'm not trusting Rafinha. I'm not. Savinho, I think he now locked his spot for this starting 11. Third goal, Alderete. I mean, what are you taught as a kid? For everybody watching on replay, what are you taught as a kid if you're a defender? If you're under pressure, boot the F out of the box. What is this guy doing? Okay, maybe they won't press. I mean, it's great pressing from Rica and Vini, but Alderete, that was a stinker of a decision to just try and play it out from the back. And you get pressed like crazy, and Brazil get the third goal. And then the second half, you know, obviously Paraguay started off really well in the second half. They got the goal from Alderete. It was a great goal, by the way. Brazil then got the fourth goal, and this time Lucas Paqueta, he scored it. Maybe he had two bets. I'll miss the first one. If I get a second penalty, I'm going to score it. Maybe those were the two bets that Lucas Paqueta had. Overall, was it the best Brazil performance? No, because they did look quite shaky, I thought, defensively. The fullbacks need to improve. One aspect that maybe needs to change from Dorival is the midfield. Because João Gomes, I'm really struggling to see what he adds to this team. Just start Douglas Luiz. Why is Douglas Luiz not starting? He can at least bring some defensive ability. He's really good on the ball. I think this Brazilian midfield needs sort of a maestro with the passing. I'm not saying Douglas Luiz is the greatest midfielder of all time, but he can at least spray a pass out wide to Savinho or Vini, and then Vini and Savinho can be in one-on-one situations. I want to know your thoughts though in the comments down below. Do you think this was more about Paraguay being awful defensively or Brazil finally showing up? Everybody can criticize Brazil and say, oh my god, Michael, this is not the greatest Paraguay side. Here's some stats, by the way, people. You want to hear some stats? This is some crazy stats. This is the first time Paraguay have conceded 4 goals against Brazil at the Copa America since 1959. Paraguay loses the first 2 matches of a Copa America for the first time since 1967. This is crazy bad for Paraguay, and this is the first time that Brazil have beaten Paraguay in the Copa America in 90 minutes since 2001. So I see a lot of discourse that's saying, oh, this is not the perfect Brazil performance. I'm just saying, hey, bro, just get the win. This team needed confidence. They haven't won a lot of games recently, people. It was like 2 wins out of their last 9 before this game. This team need the confidence. They need the goals, and they need their star players to show up. And that's exactly what they got from Vini. If Vini can step up like this, then Brazil can go to a semifinal final. I still don't think this team can win it. They're not, as a unit, the best compared to Uruguay, Colombia, or Argentina. But a much improved performance from Brazil. I mean, Paraguay. This is probably one of the worst defensive performances I've ever seen from Paraguay. They just don't look solid. One thing you always associate with Paraguay, organized and difficult to break down. It's like taking candy from a kid of how easily teams have scored against them and how easily teams are able to create chances. And Almiron is just straight basura. He is straight basura. I don't know what has happened to Almiron. Yeah, maybe he had that purple patch with Newcastle, but Almiron doesn't even look like a footballer. And Julio Enciso didn't have his greatest game. The midfield couldn't really dictate play. I mean, overall, Paraguay have been a bit of a disappointment in my opinion, because while they might be average in the World Cup qualifiers, in the Copa America, they always show up. Bro, they haven't even showed up here. They're just here to collect the stamps and go back to Paraguay at this point. So, disappointment for Paraguay. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, people. Who has been the most impressive team through the first 2 match days at the Copa America? Uruguay? Argentina? Colombia? Hey, you can even throw Venezuela, because those 4 teams all have 2 wins starting off in the group stage. Brazil versus Colombia is going to be muy picante. Oh, I cannot wait to watch that game. But let me know your thoughts in the comments down below of both of the games. Are Colombia now the best team in Copa America with the way they're playing? And what about Brazil? And hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here for more Copa America content and Euro content. Have a beautiful day. Stay safe in this crazy world. Till next time. Adios.